Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are here at the Hornets Nest here down in Perry, Georgia, at the Westfield School, the campus of the Westfield School, and we got some good Class AAA or GIAA Class AAA top 10 action today, as we have the Westfield Hornets, who are ranked. Had it pulled up on my phone for a second there. They are ranked number 6 in GIAA Class 3A against the Pinewood Christian Patriots, who are ranked number 9 in GIAA Class 3A. And as we are getting close to game or first pitch here, we are going to have the starting lineups announced, and we're going to have the national anthem following that shortly. So as soon as we finish the announcements here for the starting roster announcements here, we're going to come back, but we're going to take a break right here on Middle Georgia Sports Live. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, apologies for the short break here, but I'm going to go ahead and give you the starting or the batting orders for the Westfield School and Pinewood. For the Pinewood Patriots, in order from 1 to 9, we have batting first Sam Wasson. I hope I said that name right, and he'll be playing center fielder. And then batting second, playing shortstop, we'll have Banks Hearn. Batting third and pitching today for the Pinewood Patriots, we have Luke Oates. Batting fourth, playing left field, is Houston Folsom. And then batting fifth, playing second baseman, Maddox Lewis. And then he's followed by number 6, or excuse me, batting sixth, and playing catcher is JoJo Tippett. And then batting seventh and playing right field is Maddox Elrod. And then batting eighth for Pinewood is Cooper Wilson, and he is playing third base. And then batting ninth here for Pinewood is Hunter Folsom, and he is also playing third base. And we are about to have the national anthem here, ladies and gentlemen. And once we finish the national anthem, we will come back and I will give you the Westfield 9 lineup. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. And before I announce the Westfield lineup, I need to make a correction for myself. I said Cooper Wilson was playing third base, and then I also said Hunter Folsom was playing third base. Cooper Wilson is actually playing first base. I did not see the one hashed through the three. That is my fault. But anyways, on to your starting lineup for the Westfield Hornets. Batting first, playing center field, is Mr. Win Hoots. Batting second and playing second base is Blake Loden. Excuse me. Batting third and playing shortstop is Mr. Brock Johnson. And batting fourth and playing first base is Brooks Bentley. And then batting fifth and pitching today for the Hornets is Will Canterbury. Batting sixth and playing third base is Carter Black. And then batting seventh and playing and designated hitter is Grant Borum. And then batting eighth and playing left field is Brett Yon. And batting ninth and playing catcher is Rhodes Bledsoe. And if I didn't say so already, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Trent Jackson, and I'm very happy to be here with you on this beautiful Thursday evening here for a beautiful day of baseball. All around, pretty nice little breeze, and sun is out and it's shining bright, but that means it's a good day for baseball. So, and like I said earlier, we have this top 10 matchup here between the Westfield School and the Pinewood Christian Academy Patriots, as Westfield is ranked 6th in GIAA Class 3A with boasting a record of 9-6, and they'll be boasting that record against the Pinewood Christian Patriots, who are ranked 9th in GIAA Class 3A and are boasting a record of 7-7. As we're about to have the first pitch underway here for Westfield. Count's going to start at 1-1 as the first pitch for Mr. Will Canterbury is a little low. And I don't remember names that well, ladies and gentlemen. You'll have to bear with me, but Pinewood starts out strong, though. Second pitch of the game, and they have a runner on first. Mr. Canterbury trying to throw out the runner for Pinewood there, unsuccessful in his attempt. And that is pop fly. Westfield seeing if they can get the catch. And he makes the catch. Oh, and then he drops it. Oh, did they count that? And that is going to be counted as an out. My fault, ladies and gentlemen. Correction, that is an out. So that will be out number 1 here for the Hornets. And I do believe that was in left field, so that would be Mr. Brett Yon making the catch there for the Hornets. A little outside there by Canterbury. Count's going to be 1-0. And he's going to steal and throw just a little too late there to Brock Johnson. Not going to get the out, but Pinewood does end up stealing second base. Successful steal for the Pinewood Patriots, as they now have a runner on second base. Canterbury keeping his eye on the runner for Pinewood. This pitches another ball, move the count to 2-0, falling behind in the count, or ahead in the count if you're Pinewood. And he's going to try and throw him out again. Very close, it seemed, but the umpire rules him safe. And another unsuccessful attempt there for Canterbury to throw out the runner for Pinewood. And that'll be a strike there. First strike in this at-bat for Canterbury. As he's 3-1. And that's going to be outside, and that's going to be the first walk of the day in the game. And now Pinewood will have runners on both first and second. As number 31, Mr. Houston Folsom, is coming up next to bat for Pinewood. Going to be ball one there for Canterbury. The runner on second looking to show signs of stealing, of trying to steal the next bag, third base, but has not yet gone. As Canterbury falls to 2-0 in the count, 2 balls, 0 strikes. In the top of the first here. It's going to be 3-1 or 3-0 now. Still 1 out. All Westfield has to do is just get 2 out, and he overthrows the shortstop, Mr. Brock Johnson. But the runner does not advance despite that. As the count remains 3-0. And that's going to be an inside ball 4, and that's going to give Pinewood the bases loaded with their 5th batter in the lineup up to bat now. And that is Mr. 12. That's going to be Maddox Lewis, the second baseman, up to bat with the bases loaded here for Pinewood. Dangerous territory if you're Westfield. As the Pinewood dugout is starting to get rowdy. Pitch goes high. No runners advance, though. And it seems Rhodes and Canterbury are going to have a little quick chit-chat as Rhodes comes back to his position for catching. Canterbury starting out this at-bat 2-0. With the bases loaded. As he throws a strike, that'll be strike 1 in the count. It'll be 2-1 count now. And the umpire is going to call a balk there, and that is going to advance a runner home for Pinewood and give them an early 1-0 lead over the Hornets there. As the count is still 2-1, and that's a hit, and he's going to see if he can beat him to first, and he does for the out. He beats him to first for the out, but not before Pinewood gets another run in, and that's going to make the score 2-0 already, but with 2 outs. And Westfield, they have a chance here with the next at-bat to come up with only giving up 2 runs here in this first inning and stop the bleeding before it gets worse. So, up next to bat for the Pinewood Patriots, it should be number 3, Jojo Tippett, who is the catcher, and is indeed Mr. Jojo Tippett, up to bat with a runner on third, 2 outs. Canterbury almost came back and hit us there for a second. Thankfully for the net, if it weren't for the netting, we probably would have been goners. But that'll get Canterbury ahead in the count as he is 0-1. Pitch coming, low. I'm going to call it ball 2. It's going to be ball 3 here. 3-1. And he swings at it, and he's going to throw him out at first. Or not. As another runner scores for Pinewood, first baseman for Westfield cannot keep the ball in his glove. Brooks Bentley was unable to keep the ball in his glove, but he was able to recover it before the runner was able to advance to another base and almost gets the out there, as that will be 3 unsuccessful attempts to throw out here for Canterbury. But still Westfield with 2 outs, though, as they try and throw out the runner at second, and is unsuccessful, and he gets a successful steal. One 0 pitch incoming. And that's going to be low for ball 2. And that's going to be fouled high and way over the press box here. But it will be a strike nonetheless, as is the rules in the game of baseball. 2-1 count now for Canterbury. And that one is fouled high again for still strike 2. But 2-2 count now. Got 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs on the scoreboard. And that'll be strike 3 for out 3 there for Canterbury, as the batter for Pinewood strikes out swinging. And that'll bring us to the bottom of the first here. Your score is 3-0. Pinewood Patriots over the Hornets right now of Westfield. And we are going to come back at you at the bottom of the first after we take a short break here on Middle Georgia Sports Live. And we are back here live on Middle Georgia Sports Live here from Perry, Georgia at the on the campus of the Westfield School. As Pinewood has jumped out to an early 3-0 lead over the Hornets after a 3-run first inning from the Patriots here that saw them get, I think, a few doubles that ended up scoring runners, I guess, for Pinewood. I don't know. I forget actually what the hit was, but anyways, we got number 1 here for Westfield up to bat, Mr. Win Hoots. Batting first and number 1 on his jersey is Mr. Win Hoots. And pitching for the Patriots is on the mound is Luke Oates. And Hoots fouls that right behind home plate. Win Hoots looking to give the Hornets some juice here and get a equalizing 3-run inning or more going for the Hornets. So far, he is ahead in the count. He's got 2 balls and 1 strike. And he strikes swinging there, and that'll move the count to 2-2. And when Hoots strikes out swinging for the first out of the inning, as Mr. Blake Loden comes up to bat next for the Hornets. Swings, no contact. It'll be strike 1. Straight fire here from the Pinewood pitcher. That'll be strike 2. A little high there. That'll be his first ball of the count. 1-2. Even count now at 2-2. Now we'll have a full count here for Blake Loden. Oates trying to see if he can get out of this alive here and he does not. And that'll be the first walk for Mr. Oates today as he walks Blake Loden. And Westfield will have a runner now on first as Mr. Brock Johnson is up third here for Westfield, up to bat third. Looking to do some damage to that lead that Pinewood has built. And he makes contact. It's a short hit. And he's going to be called out at first on a close, very close call, I would say. But he does advance Blake Loden to second base. As up next to bat is for the Westfield School is number 10, Mr. Brooks Bentley. Start the count here in this at bat with 1-0. As it's looking like it's looking like Oates is not showing any signs of trying to throw out Loden over there on behind him on second. It's gonna call a strike there for strike one, and the count will move to 1-1. As Bentley calls time there. Needs a second just to get himself together. Just make sure that he can make the best at bat that he can and for himself and get locked in. And he's going to get called for strike two there, and then the count's going to move to 1-2. And he's going to strike out swinging there to end the bottom of the first and advance to the second inning. No runs here in the bottom of the first for Westfield. No response to that 3-run first inning by Pinewood. We'll be back after a short break here on Middle Georgia Sports Live. And we are back here live on Middle Georgia Sports Live, coming to you from the Westfield School here in Perry, Georgia. As at the end of the first inning, your score is 3-0 Pinewood. And Will Canterbury is about to begin his second inning of pitching here today after giving up 3 runs in that first inning. And he's going to start out against, I believe that is, want to say Mannix Elrod, number 15, maybe. I believe so. Oh, and that, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, is number 18, Cooper Wilson. And he is the first baseman, as he is off to an early 2-0 count against Canterbury. And he gets a line drive to left field there, and that's good for a single, one bag. As coming up next is number 44, Bryson Dutton, designated hitter. He's got a runner on first. As another unsuccessful throw-out attempt by Westfield. As he tries to bunt. Dutton tries the bunt there. Unsuccessful, and the count will be 0-1. And another successful steal there for Pinewood as he slides in the second there. Throw unsuccessful from Westfield. Just wasn't enough push on it. As the count is now 1-1 here for Canterbury. As the pitch gets away from the catcher, and he's going to be called safe at third as he steps off the bag, and luckily for him, third baseman there for Westfield. Third baseman, Mr. Carter Black, did not see him step off in time as they're having a good little laugh over there about it. But the count is now 2-1 here for Canterbury as there's another hit there for Pinewood, but he's going to be thrown out at first, but not before he scores another run to make the score 4-0 now in favor of Pinewood. But it does, however, still get Westfield 1 out on the board. And now they're only 2 away from getting out of this inning with no further damage. As up next to bat for Pinewood is, if I can get a number on there, is that, I believe it's 0. It is Mr. Sam Wasson as he flies that foul deep to the right side of the field, and I believe that may have landed on the softball field. I don't know. I'll have to get verification on that later. But Mr. Watson plays center field, and he starts the count 1-1 now. As he flies another ball to the right foul. And the count will be 1-2 in favor of Canterbury. As that one is hit high into right field, and that one's going to land fair, and he's looking to go to third. The coach is telling him to stay, and he's going to be safe. What a hit there by, goodness, what a hit there by Wasson. Would have thought that that was going over the fence, but fortunately for Westfield, it landed right there, right in front of the 310 baseball number out there in right field, right there on the fair side of the foul line. As that was not a home run, but it was a triple there for Pinewood. So no score, but runner in scoring position as Canterbury starts the count 0-1 against number 8, Banks Hearn, shortstop. And he's going to hit a line drive into left field, and that's going to score another runner for Pinewood here on a single RBI. And that'll make your score 5-0. Patriots here early, striking often as they increase their lead now to 5 over the Hornets. As coming up to bat next is number 11, Luca Oates, the pitcher. And another unsuccessful throw here by Westfield. try and get the runner on first out. Oates now. Canterbury pitcher's duel at bat at the plate as the runner catcher throws, and it is unsuccessful, and the runner will be safe at second for another Pinewood Patriot steal. But your count will be 1-0 still. And now it'll be 1-1 as Canterbury throws a strike right down the middle. And that'll be another unsuccessful throw-out attempt there for Westfield. One and one, your count. And that's going to be called strike two there. Excuse me, for Canterbury. With one out and a 1-2 count. Got to hope for nothing but a strike here from Canterbury. 1-2 pitch incoming. And very close to hitting the batter. But it will be called ball, and the runner from second is now advanced to third there for Pinewood. And he is now firmly in scoring position here for this next hit, if any. 2-2 pitch incoming. And that's going to be called ball three. The count's going to go full here on Mr. Canterbury. You got a 3-2-1 count on the board. You got 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. And then you got 0 as the batter number, which that's actually not accurate, but that's okay. I just thought I'd make that joke funny. Anywho. And it's going to go foul. Luckily, thought I was about to go fair there for a second if my eyes did not deceive me, but they did not. And it's going to keep the count at 3-2 because that was a foul ball. Technically, that's a strike, but you already have 2 strikes and you can't strike out on a foul ball. As he hits that one down the right field, and there's going to be another runner that scores here for Pinewood as they increase their lead to 6. Another 3-run inning so far here for Pinewood, and they're just laying it on Westfield right now. Still 1 out, and it looks like we're going to have a mound meeting here for Westfield. As Coach Weatherington comes out to talk to his pitcher, Canterbury, wants to make sure he's all right, make sure he's good and ready to go, as Westfield has now given up 6 runs so far to start the game, and we are only at the top of the second here, as it seems that the common trend now is 3 runs so far in both innings for Pinewood, assuming that Canterbury can get out of this inning alive here with no more runs scored. As we got number, I believe that is number 31, I want to say, Folsom up the bat. And it is. And Oates is going to steal second. Oh, correction. He cannot. You cannot steal on a foul ball. I did not see that, and I don't think he did either. As the count's going to be 0-1 to start this at bat here, and then it's going to move to 1-1. As Canterbury tries to throw out Oates. Unsuccessful. Count still 1-1. Runner on first. And that's going to be a soft, high pitch or hit, and he's going to be thrown out, I believe, at first. He is, and that'll give Westfield the second out of the inning as Oates does advance to second base, but not before the batter there for Pinewood. Folsom was thrown out to first. So I believe up next to bat, it should be number 12, Mr. Mannix Lewis. As he's got a runner in scoring position there on second. Starts the count 0-1, or 1-0, excuse me. Two 0 count now. Oates doesn't advance, stays on second. 2-0 count here for Canterbury. 2 outs. Westfield looking for that third out to escape this inning with no further damage to that deficit they got, as that ball just skims by Lewis barely. That's probably about as close as you can get without hitting a batter, but it's still being called a ball. So count is 3-0 now, as that is strike one, call strike one by the umpire. 3-1 count now. And he hits it. And Bentley catches the third and final out of the inning. Another 3-run inning here for Pinewood as they double their lead by 3 to 6-0 Pinewood over Westfield right now. And as we go to the bottom of the second here, your score 6-0 Pinewood. And we're going to take a short break here on Middle Georgia Sports Live, and then we'll be back. And we are back here on Middle Georgia Sports Live here at the Hornets Nest in Perry, Georgia, at the campus of the Westfield School. Your score right now is 6-0 Pinewood over Westfield, as Pinewood doubles down and gets a second straight 3-run inning here, as Luke Oates is on the mound for the Patriots, and up to bat for Westfield is number 7, Grant Borum, DH. And the count starts 0-1 here for Borum as he gets strike 2 swinging. And that's going to be called strike 3, and Borum's going to strike out looking, as Luke Oates just continues to torch this Westfield lineup here today so far. as that'll be the first out of the inning. And up to bat next, though, for Westfield is number 9, Carter Black, looking to do some damage here to get Westfield back in it. Strike one swinging there. Count's going to move to 1-1. One across the boards there. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. As Luke Oates gets strike number 2 on the count here at this at-bat against Carter Black. Luke Oates he just seems to be unstoppable so far today through 2 innings. And he's looking to do the same that he did in the first inning as right now here in the second inning. As he strikes out his second batter swinging there, Carter Black goes down swinging. And that'll make it 2 outs on the inning. And it just seems like Luke Oates is just unstoppable today. Like I said earlier, just pitching a straight gas. But we got up to bat next, though, for Westfield is Mr. Missed his number. Number 12, Grant Borm, as he lines that down first, but not before he's stopped by the first baseman there. And that is out number 3 already in the bottom of the second inning. Your score remains the same, 6-0, Pinewood over Westfield right now, as we head to the third, and we'll be right back here on Middle Georgia Sports Live. And we are back here on Middle Georgia Sports Live at the top of the third inning here. Your score is 6-0 Pinewood, as they have built a lead here early in this game as we are starting the third inning here. Canterbury on the mound for the Hornets. And up to bat here for the Patriots is number 3, JoJo Tippett, as he takes ball 1 here to start the third. It's going to be a strike swinging there by Canterbury. Moves the count to 1-1. Two and one pitch coming. As he tips it foul behind the plate. And it's going to move the count to 2-2 here for Canterbury. As Tippett hits that, and it's going to go foul very close to going fair, but luckily, though, for Westfield, it ended in foul. As that's going to keep the count the same, though, 2-2. Two and two pitch coming, and the umpire is going to call that swinging, and he's going to strike out. Tip it swinging, Canterbury is, and that's going to be 1 out to start the third inning. As coming up next here for Pinewood is number 15, Mannix Elrod. He's going to start 1-0 here against Canterbury. Low, going to be ball 2. Canterbury going to get the batter there to swing this time. He's going to get Elrod swinging for strike 1. Going to move the count to 2-1. 1 out. As that's going to be inside. No strike call. It's going to be called ball 3. And 1 pitch coming. And he gets strike 2. Swinging. And that's going to move the count full here for Canterbury and Elrod. 3-2 pitch coming. And that's going to be called ball 4 there for Canterbury. And Elrod's going to trot down to first. Up next for Pinewood is number 18, Cooper Wilson, as another unsuccessful throwout attempt there by Westfield. Unsuccessful. Can't say I blame them, though, for trying because they have been caught. Pinewood has been stealing bases all game so far in all 3 innings, as that ball is fouled far left. And Elrod tried to steal second there, but he's going to have to come back because of the foul. But like I was saying, can't blame Westfield for trying to get some throwouts here in these pitching duels here against Pinewood, because they have been very successful so far stealing. So eventually you got to think that they can catch them lacking, and they try to here, and that's going to be unsuccessful throwout attempt as Elrod advances to second here, with the count being 1-1 here for Wilson. 1-1 pitch coming from Canterbury, as that's going to go wide right behind the plate, and Elrod's going to advance to third, very much so in scoring position now, as the count moves to 2-1. Count will be 3-1 now after ball 3. And that's going to be tipped foul, and that will make the count. That'll make the count full. Excuse me. At 3-2 here. Canterbury has a chance here to escape this jam with a runner in scoring position and a full count if he can get strike 3 here. 3-2 pitch incoming. And that's going to be hit straight to dead center. And that's going to be caught by center fielder Win Hoots. And the throw is just not going to be in time there to get the out, to get the double play. Good throw by Win Hoots. Just didn't have enough speed on it there, as Pinewood scores another run to make it 7-0. But Westfield did get the out there, which makes it 2 outs here in the top of the third. However, the score is now 7-0. As hit by Pinewood, and that's going to end the inning there as Westfield catches it, fly out. And your score is going to be 7-0 here, Pinewood over Westfield right now. And as we go to the bottom of the third here, we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back here on Middle Georgia Sports Live. And we are back here live on Middle Georgia Sports Live, coming to you from the Hornets Nest here in Perry, Georgia, as Pinewood has built a tremendous 7-0 lead here. They finally stopped the trend of scoring 3 runs per inning, it seems, by only scoring 1 in the top of the third on a sack fly there that scored Elrod from third, as he was able to just run. Well, I mean, technically he kind of sprinted home. But anyways, though, to start the inning off for Westfield, we got number 8 up the bat, Brett Yon. Batting 8, too. Coincidence? Maybe. I don't know. Anyways, though, he's going to take the strike looking first, start the count, as Oates continues his dominant pitching, but I was about to say, eat my words. As Jan hits that foul, and that'll move the count to 0-2. But as I was going to say, Oates has just been pitching straight fire, straight gas so far today, as the youngins would say it, as the young baseball players would say it, as he's going to get strike 3 there on Jan swinging. And that's going to be good for out number 1 here in the bottom of the third inning. And we got number 17 now for Westfield, Rhodes Bledsoe, your catcher for Westfield. And so we finally made it to the bottom of the lineup here for Westfield at the bottom of the third inning, as the count's going to start 1-0 for Bledsoe. Bledsoe hadn't faced Oates yet today because we hadn't got to that point yet, but looking to maybe be the kryptonite to Luke Oates here today for Westfield, and maybe get a possible scoring run going for the Hornets to eat into this lead that Pinewood has built. As that's hit foul behind the plate. And it's going to make the count 2-1. Two-one pitching coming. And that's going to go ball. That'll be ball 3. You're 3-1 now. 3-1 count now. Lets you ahead in the count. 3-1. 1 out. As he fouls that behind the net. And that'll make the count full now. 3-2 count. As he fouls it again, count will remain the same. BSU staying in the fight there. Not going down without a fight. Full count pitch incoming. And that's going to be called strike 3 there for Oates as he gets out number 2 in the bottom of the third. And that's going to bring us back to the top of the lineup here for Westfield as number 1, Win Hoots, is up to bat here. And he's looking for a better result this round against Luke Oates than the first round. He's got 2 outs to play with, though, here. Looking to get a little momentum going for Westfield as he takes strike 1 looking. And really anything for Westfield at this point could just ignite just even the smallest of fires even by just at least getting a hit like so by Win Hoots. And he's going to be called out at first there. And that's going to end the inning. Third inning, after the third inning, Westfield still remains scoreless as Pinewood has increased the lead by 1 run. It's 7-0 Pinewood here as we end the third. And we're going to take a break here on Middle Georgia Sports Live, but we'll be back. And we are back here on Middle Georgia Sports Live here at the Hornets Nest on the campus of the Westfield School in Perry, Georgia. And so far, it's been all Patriots. Pinewood has just been really laying it on them thanks to hot bats and then the pitching of Luke Oates from Pinewood as they've established a 7-0 lead over the Hornets. And if you're Westfield here playing in the field, leading your team, Mr. Canterbury, you're just wanting to look at getting away from this inning with no runs scored and 3 straight outs so that you can figure out a way to ignite those bats here as we get the first pitch, and that's going to be fouled by Mr. Sam Wasson, number 0. And that'll be 1. That'll make the count 0-1. Start the inning. As we're going to have a hit by pitch there. And Mr. Watson is going to take first after the hit by pitch. Now, up to bat, though, for Pinewood now after that is number 8, Banks Heem, with a runner on first. No outs. Pinewood dugout starting to chirp again there. That's what you got to love about high school baseball, though. You got to love the dugout banner for the team that's batting. Excuse me. 2 unsuccessful throwout attempts there by the Hornets. That one looked pretty close, but I'm not the umpire, and I'm sitting up here, and I'm not going to argue with them. But anyways, runner's going to take second, and Carter Black just couldn't corral that ball. He dropped it, but I think the runner still would have been safe anyways. As Wasson takes second on a steal. And these steals for the Patriots have been a big contributing factor to these points that have been scored today by getting in scoring position on these big hits that have come from the Patriots. 1-0 pitch incoming, and that's going to be a line drive to left field. Wasson going to stay at third. Heem's going to stay at first. We got runners on first and third now. And it looks like we're going to have another mound visit. And you got to wonder if Canterbury's day is probably done here. And it looks like it is. So we're going to have a new pitcher here in a couple of seconds. And when we come back from a short little break, we'll be back. And we are back here on Middle Georgia Sports Live. Pitching change for the Hornets here. Number 4, Trey Summer, is going to be on the pitching rubber on the mound here for the Hornets. As Canterbury's day is done now after giving up 7 runs in the first 3 innings. And that has established the 7-0 lead that Pinewood has amounted. And we're going to get to see some of Mr. Trey Summer here pitching now as he's getting loose, getting warmed up. But diverting away from the game, though, for a second, what a beautiful day. What beautiful weather we've had today. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a long day, getting tongue-tied. What beautiful weather we have out here this afternoon for baseball. It's not blazing hot, despite the sun still being out, but it's not too cold. As you know, we're drifting away from winter, and this is a nice, warm, cool breeze kind of day, and it's just the perfect weather to just be outside, go play ball, play catch with the kids, or just come watch a baseball game here, at the Westfield school. And you just got to love those days with great weather, man. But looks like Mr. Trey Summer is just about finished getting warmed up here soon. And up to bat next, though, and he'll be facing his counterpart on the other side, Mr. Luke Oates. And we'll have a pitcher's duel right off the bat as Mr. Oates will be battling his counterpart, Trey Summer. Now, pitcher on pitcher battle here. First pitch for Summer on the way. And it's going to be called ball 1 there. Pretty close. One-zero pitch incoming. Runner's going to steal second there. And Bleshy's just going to hold on to that ball and not even try and throw him out. He was pretty much over halfway there by then. Count's going to be moved to 2-0 here for Mr. Summer. 2-0 pitch incoming. Going to be called ball 3. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. It is Trey Sumner. Sumner. Not Summer. Typo on the roster. As another unsuccessful throw-out attempt there by Westfield, is runner's going to be called safe. Very close call there, but unfortunate there for Westfield as the runner is safe. And we got a 3-0 count now incoming for Oates. Looking to load the bases as that's going to be called strike 1 there and move the count to 3-1. First strike of the day for Sumner. Now I'm going to have to get used to saying that. 3-1 count. And that's going to be driven to the second baseman, and Oates is going to be thrown out at first for out number 1, but not before Pinewood scores another run, and it's going to make the score 8-0 in favor of Pinewood. One 0 count to start the at-bat. As Folsom foul tips that. Gonna make the count 1-1. Sumner in the pitch. Strike 2 swinging. One 2 pitch incoming. Gonna be called ball for ball 2. Makes the count 2-2. And that's going to be hit up high in the air. And that he thought about it. That's going to be out number 2 for Westfield. But the runner on third for Pinewood thought about running home. But I think he double thought about it. And he decided to stay on third. Took a double take and then decided to trot back to the third base. As up next to bat for Pinewood is number 12, Mr. Maddox Lewis, and he's going to take strike 1. Here with 2 outs. And he's going to hit that right down the middle, and that's going to get down for Maddox Lewis, and that's going to score run number 9 for Pinewood. They increase their lead 9-0 over the Hornets. Still 2 outs, but 9-0 lead here for the Patriots as Bledsoe wants to have a talk with Sumner real quick and just chit-chat things over, check up with each other, make sure everything's all right, make sure that everybody's locked in here. After that little quick visit between Bledsoe and Sumner here, got new batter. It's going to be JoJo Tippett for Pinewood. 2 outs. As Tippett almost takes a hit there. Kind of slightly moves out of the way. Going to be ball 1. Called strike. Makes the count 1-1. Calls ball. Ball for ball 2. Makes the count 2-1. Ball 3. The count is now 3-1 here for Sumner. Runner on first. As that's going to be hit up high there. Johnson looking for it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. That's going to end the top of the 4th inning here, as your score is now 9-0 Patriots over the Hornets. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back here at the start of the bottom of the 4th here on Middle Georgia Sports Live. And we are back here, and we're live on Middle Georgia Sports Live, coming to you from Perry, Georgia, here at the Westfield School. We're at the Hornets Nest today, and we've got a matchup, top 10 matchup actually, between the GIAA Class 3A 6th-ranked Hornets versus the 9th-ranked Pinewood Patriots. Here at the start of the bottom of the 4th inning, your score so far is Pinewood 9, Westfield nothing. And right now, if you're Westfield, you're just hoping to get a hit, because so far that has not happened. Luke Oates has pitched a no-hitter so far today for the Pinewood Patriots, as number 6 for Westfield, Blake Loden, is up to bat for the Hornets, trying to break that no-hitter that Oates has started trying to make sure that he doesn't finish it, as the count is 1-1 here, bottom of the fourth. And that's going to be called strike 2 there. One-two pitch incoming from Oates. And that's going to be tipped foul up and over the press box here. Hopefully that didn't hit my truck. I'll have to wait and see later. 1-2 pitch. Called ball 2. And he's going to strike out swinging. Logan's going to strike out swinging there for out number 1. So far, the no-hitter stays alive for Oates, as that's 1 out in the bottom of the fourth. And number 11, he's going to put that to the test on the line against number 11 for Westfield, Brock Johnson. Up to bat. As he's going to take strike 1 swinging here. And that pitch is going to go all the way back to the fence. Brock Johnson has destroyed the no-hitter here, as that could possibly be, ladies and gentlemen, the spark the Hornets may need to ignite a comeback, if you will. What a hit there by Brock Johnson. First hit of the day for the Hornets via Brock Johnson. As next up to bat for Westfield is Brooks Bentley, first baseman. Looking to see if he can get Brock home here for the Hornets. Thought about swinging, pulled back, and good decision by him, as the count will begin 1-0 for Bentley. Ball 2 there. Oates not looking to throw out Johnson at second so far. Strike 1 there. 2-1 count. Oates not even looking back at Johnson. Shortstop North, second baseman even inching closer to the bag, as Oates does take a double take back at Johnson. Bentley thought about swinging, doesn't, and that's going to be called strike 2. Strike 2 looking. Two and 2 pitch. Called ball 3. That makes the count full. 3-2 here for Bentley. Three-two pitch on its way. As Bentley gets hit in the back shoulder, but he shrugs it off and takes it like a champ, and he's going to take first base like a champ. As Westfield now, with only 1 out, has runners on first and second. As up next to bat, number 4 for Westfield. That is Trey Sumner of the bat, the pitcher, as he takes strike one swinging here. And then takes strike two swinging as well. That makes the count 0-2. Johnson and Bentley on second and first, respectively. Hoping Sumner can get a hit, and he does not as he takes strike three looking, and that's going to give Pinewood their second out of the inning now, with Johnson and Bentley now possibly being stranded on second and first. We have number 9, Carter Black, up the bat with Johnson and Bentley in danger of being stranded. Oates takes glances at Bentley and Johnson. Pitches ball one. Called strike one there. Makes the count 1-1. Black's hit. It's foul down the right line. Makes the count 1-2. With 2 outs here. Oates looking to get out of this little jam. He's got Bentley on first and Johnson on second, with Black at the plate with a 1-2 count and 2 outs. Westfield just looking for anything really at this point. As Black hits that over shortstop, and Johnson's going to sprint home as he is going to be called safe. Safe. And Westfield gets their first run of the night on a single by Carter Black there. That advances Bentley to second, and it advances Johnson home for the Hornet run. That changes your score, ladies and gentlemen, to 9-1 now. Still in favor of the Patriots. But, like I was saying, anything at all gives that fuel to the fire here for the Hornets. As Oates' first pitch goes ball. Here. Yes, Grant Borum. DH. For the Hornets. Borum looking to add on to that lead, and he fouls it right to make the count 1-2. 1-1, excuse me. Oates looking back. Pitches up high. Good for ball 2. Counts now 2-1. Borum being patient. Looking for something that he likes as, and that's going to be called out. Number 3 there. Carter Black got caught trying to steal. Tried to get back. Made a few moves there, but was unsuccessful. And that was going to be out number 3 there for the Patriots. And that's going to end the inning. At the end of the fourth, your score is 9-1. Patriots. Westfield finally gets on the board with a single by Carter Black that brought Brock Johnson home. And we're going to take a short break here now, but we'll be back at the start of the fifth here on Middle Georgia Sports Live. And we are back here on Middle Georgia Sports Live, coming to you from the Hornets Nest here in Perry, Georgia, on the campus of the Westfield School. As Westfield has finally eaten into the lead here a little. It's 9-1. It's only one run, but that's all that matters, and that's just maybe what Westfield needs to start the bottom of this coming up inning here, as that's going to be tipped foul by Maddox Elrod to start this inning. And that's going to start the count at 0-1 here for Trey Sumner. Trey Sumner looking to pitch a scoreless fifth inning here to keep his team out of reach of being run-ruled early tonight. As Pinewood 2 runs away from doing just so, as Sumner's last 2 pitches, both balls. This makes the count 2-1. It's going to be called ball 3, making the count 3-1. And Maddox takes ball 4 there, and he's going to take first. As up next to bat for the Patriots is number 18, Cooper Wilson. Here with a runner on first. Unsuccessful throw-out attempt there by Sumner. Calls strike 1 there. 0-1 in the count. Unsuccessful throw-out attempt again there by Sumner. And that's going to be strike 2 there. Strike swinging. Cooper thought he saw something he liked and tried swinging, but was unsuccessful in making contact. Makes the count 0-2. As that's ball low there by Sumner. Moves count to 1-2 here. looking for their first out to try and escape this inning scoreless here is Westfield. Trey Sumner. 1-2 pitch incoming. And second baseman wasn't ready as Maddox steals second. Bledsoe was ready, but I do not believe Johnson nor Black were ready to cover second for Maddox stealing. And that's going to advance Maddox to second as the count is now 2-2 with 0 outs. And he's going to hit that. That's going to be, that ball is going to go. And that ball is going to hit the fence, bounces off the fence. And that's going to score Maddox here. Maddox Elrod's going to be the 10th run of the night here as that hit by Cooper Wilson sent Maddox home to make the score 10-1 in favor of the Patriots. As Cooper Wilson is going to be subbed out, pinch run, and that will be for the Patriots coming in to run number 10, Brantley Dutton. As your score now is 10-1 in favor of the Patriots. Still no outs here for Westfield. As we have a runner on second. With Dutton up to bat. So I'm guessing, judging by the last names, I'm guessing Bryson and Brantley Dutton are related. Maybe brothers, maybe not, maybe just cousins. But either way, that is a cool sight to see as Bryson Dutton up to bat, fouls it, makes the count 0-2 early. Or an early 0-2 count with Brantley Dutton on second. 0-2 pitch incoming here from Sumner. And Dutton thought about it, thought about swinging, and he thought twice and doesn't regret it as the count is now 1-2. Your 1-2 pitch. Outside there. Dutton thought about running for third. As the count is now 2-2. Trey Sumner getting a tad bit behind in the count now, as he's even with two balls and 2 strikes. And that pitch down low is going to make the count full here as 3-2 for Sumner. You got Dutton up to bat at the play, and then you got Dutton on second. Trey looks back, pitches, and that's going to be called strike 3 for the first out of the inning by Trey Sumner there. As Dutton got caught looking for strike 3. That's going to be your first out of the inning here for the Hornets. As up to bat next for Pinewood, number 5, Hunter Folsom. Curveball there by Sumner. It's going to be called strike 1 against, correction, not Folsom. I think that's Wasson, Sam Wasson. Up high pitch there. Dutton does not take third on the wild pitch by Sumner. As the count for Wasson is now 1-1 with 1 out. Carter Black makes it look like they're going to try and throw out and then shifts back into position. Correction, Loden shifted on to second and then shifted back into position. Excuse me. the count moves to 2-1 now for Sumner and Wasson. Dutton still on second. Hadn't really made an effort to try and steal third yet, as Wasson is hit by Sumner there on that pitch. And that's going to advance Wasson to first with runners on first and second now. And only one out. As we can hear some Ric Flair woos from the Pinewood dugout and area. The nature boy, Ric Flair. Woo! Sumner's pitch. Low and inside for ball one. As Banks Hearn, excuse me. I read that wrong. That was an R, not an M. Banks Hearn takes ball one. Next pitch up is a strike. Count moves to 1-1 with one out. Dutton on second and Wasson on first. As a wild pitch will advance Dustin and Watson a base each by Sumner. And that'll make the count 2-1 here for Hearn, for Banks Hearn. As we're going to have a mound visit here for the Hornets. And just talk things over, talk strategy. Bring everybody together, except the outfielders. While we have a moment here, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank my producers here from Middle Georgia Sports Live. They're not with me right now in person. One's getting some much-needed vacation, and the other is currently at Tatnall Square Academy covering the Vikings and Trojans game there at Tatnall Square. I'd like to give a huge shout-out and thank you to Mr. Braden Holder and Brett Taylor for giving me this opportunity. Braden Holder and Aiden Mazingo over there up in Macon at Tatnall. And Brett Taylor taking some much-needed vacation time. Appreciate both of you, and you too, Maz. As we resume play here, 2-1 count for Sumner. As he gets him swinging, that ball remains fair, but Bentley decides to not get the out and instead plays it safe. So that way, Dutton doesn't score for the Patriots, as that would give them a 10-run lead over the Hornets, which, in case y'all didn't know, after about, I believe, 5 innings, if you have a 10-run lead and at the end of the full inning, that will end the game early. It'll be final. So smart play there, though, by Bentley, making sure keeping the team first and not just getting the out and not allowing the runner to score there for Pinewood, as the count is 0-1 early here, as that's going to be hit into right center field, and that's going to bounce and hit the fence, and that's going to score not one but 2 runs here for the Patriots, and that'll make it 12-1 now for Pinewood here in the top of the 5th, as they have now hit that magical run deficit number by scoring. They have an 11-run lead here over the Hornets here at the Hornets Nest, and I believe Sumner's day is going to be over already here, as we got another mound visit and another pitcher here for the Hornets. Now, Now it's all going to be up to Westfield here in the bottom of this fifth inning if they can escape with no more runs given up here. If they can escape, if they can get 2 runs at least, they'll keep the game going, ladies and gentlemen. But if not, if Westfield goes scoreless in this next coming up inning here, it might be ball game early for everybody here at the Hornets Nest. And as we have a pitching change, again, I'd like to give a huge thank you to Brett Taylor and Braden Holder for the opportunity to be able to call and produce this game by myself today. I apologize for not being as smooth as Aiden Mazingo or Tyler Knight, but, wish I could be them, but I unfortunately do not have the same announcing voice as they do. But huge shout out to both of them. Tyler Knight called an awesome game between FPD and Tatnall at FPD the other night on Tuesday, in which Keon Johnson, the Vanderbilt commit for FPD, walked off the Trojans there 3-2 in the bottom of the ninth, and what was definitely an electric game after the lightning delay, no pun intended. And Tyler Knight just stayed electric on that call, and huge shout out to Mr. Tyler Knight there calling that game. But like I was saying, I'm running production, ladies and gentlemen, and I am running your play-by-play commentator duties tonight by myself. So I appreciate you sticking with me. If so, I appreciate you sticking with me. And hopefully the Hornets will claw their way back in the bottom of this fifth inning here after they get through the top of the fifth, and will hopefully claw their way back to get into this game here against the Patriots from Pinewood. But overall, though, on the Pinewood side, though, great pitching from – sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I had a brain fart. From Luke Oates so far tonight. He had a no-hitter through 4 innings, and then a kid named Brock Johnson decided to race that from the books and got the first hit given up by Oates tonight was against Brock Johnson. And Brock Johnson would go on to be that first run and the only run tonight scored by Westfield here against the Patriots. As our new pitcher now for Westfield, for the Hornets, is number 25, Preston Strandberg, on the mound for the Hornets. And up the bat for the Patriots is number 31, Houston Folsom. The count is 1-0 for Strandberg early. 1 out. Runners on second and third for the Patriots. And that hit's going to be popped up high into right. Bentley says he's got it, and he does. And that's going to be out number 2 here for the Hornets, as he catches the pop fly by Folsom for out number 2. And up next, up to the plate, is number 12 for the Patriots, Maddox Lewis. As Lewis line drives that to the second baseman, Loden, and Loden gets it to Bentley for the out number 3 of the inning, as Westfield shaves off any more runs from being scored by Pinewood and keeps the deficit 12-1 here at the end of the top of the 5th inning. As we go to the bottom of the 5th inning here, Westfield's going to try and stay off of an early game ending here after a 3-run 5th inning here. But we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back here on Middle Georgia Sports Live. And we are back here live on Middle Georgia Sports Live here from the Hornets Nest on the campus of the Westfield School here in Perry, Georgia. Westfield trying to stay away from getting an early game exit here tonight against the Pinewood Patriots. Pinewood scored 3 runs in the last inning to make the score 12-1 after Westfield finally got on the board for the first time tonight off of a single that scored Brock Johnson from second. And now to start the bottom of the 5th inning to shave off an early game ending here, we have Grant Borum, who was up to bat at the end of the last inning, but unfortunately did not get to continue his at-bat as Carter Black was picked off from first. And he's going to take strike 1 swinging here to start the bottom of the 5th. And Borum gets a hit down the first base line, and that's going to stay fair. And he thought about second, but he wisely decides to stop and stay at first. And that was a great hit there by Borum. Under pressure, too, with 1 ball. And that's already to start out the inning with 0 outs already. That's already a runner on first for the Hornets. Here as number 8, Mr. Brett Yon is up to bat for the Hornets here. Oates pitch. And that's going to be a pop fly there for Yon. And that's going to be out number 1 here. As Yon flies out to third base. Borum stays at first. No movement. 1 out. As Bledsoe up to bat, the catcher for the Hornets. Oh, it's the pitch. Bledsoe thought about swinging, doesn't, and that's going to be called ball 1. Borum staying close to first. As Oates' next pitch called ball 2. Third pitch is fouled, tipped by Bledsoe. Hitting the netting. Bledsoe trying to get on base for the first time tonight here. Will be huge if so. As he takes strike 2 down the middle looking. That makes the count 2-2 with 1 out here. Westfield trying to stay away from an early game ending here after 5 innings. Down currently by 11 runs. As Bledsoe takes strike 3 looking for out number 2 here. Pinewood 1 out away from a early 12-1 victory here as Win Hoots for the Hornets up to bat here. Can Win Hoots get something? Can Win Hoots get a spark that'll light the fire here for the Hornets with 2 outs? As he takes strike 1. Oates, an outstanding night tonight on the mound here. If this is how the game ends early, then what a night for him, only giving up 1 run and 2 hits. And as I say that, 1 more hit, but that's going to be an out, line drive out, and that's going to end the game here early tonight. Your final score here tonight from the Hornets Nest after 5 innings of play is going to be 12-1 in favor of the Pinewood Patriots over your Westfield Hornets tonight. Brock Johnson being the only single run brought in tonight, as Pinewood just laid the hammer down tonight, really, on all sides of the ball, pitching and hitting. The bats were on fire tonight for the Patriots, and they were not for the Hornets, unfortunately, for the Hornet faithful here in attendance tonight. But for Pinewood, too, the pitching side, Luke Oates, an outstanding night for pitching. Didn't get a strike count total piled up in my head, but had to imagine it was pretty high up there. But overall, though, outstanding night tonight for Luke Oates and the Pinewood Patriots as they downed the Westfield Hornets 12-1 here after 5 innings here in Perry, Georgia, on the campus of the Westfield School. And we're going to end it here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you back soon here on Middle Georgia Sports Live. I'm Trent Jackson, and have a safe trip home tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Good night.